the hot topic in MMA right now is the whole Rousimar Palhares thing. Apparently, you know, he got let go, a lifetime ban according to Dana White, for not letting go of that heel hook.
I saw it and I was like, ooh, that guy's holding that leg a little longer, you know, and I didn't even catch the controversy till the next day, and that stuff is it's nuts because people want the sportsmanship, but it is a fight, you know what I mean, and for being violent in a fight, sometimes things it gets carried away. I've been able to, when they stop the fight, I've been able to cut it out and step away. It's an iffy situation. You don't want to tolerate it, but it's sad to see that his career's over in the UFC for such a talented fighter. I have mixed emotions on the whole situation, but I think it'll be a lesson for everyone else. I think people won't make that mistake.
Did you think it was a dirty maneuver? Is Rousimar Palhares a dirty fighter in your mind?
It is a vicious move. I mean, it's an instant. It's not a chopping down a tree move. It's more like
a snap.
It's a snap, and it's a bomb that explodes. And that's kind of what happens. And it's a power move, and you're supposed to have bad intentions when you do it, especially in a fight. I mean, you don't want to be courteous and like, oh, slightly do the armbar. No, you want to blast the armbar with your intentions to just snap it and break it. Though I think I saw the ref trying to wrestle him off, and I know he was in his zone and just trying to destroy. But it's tough as an athlete. You got to be able to maintain and be able to turn it off when you have to. And it's a difficult situation, but it's hard to get punished in a violent sport for doing something.
For being too violent?
For being too violent, you know what I mean? So it's difficult.
But do you think the punishment fair, unfair, too harsh, not harsh enough?
Well, I think considering what they did to Paul Daly, and I think they did it to Babalu as well. He held on a choke back in the days. It's just they probably it has to be standard procedure now when someone does that, and they gotta. I guess it has to be the same for everybody. So I think that's why they do it. Whether I agree with it or not, I still can't make that decision.
So Josh Thompson, a guy that you're very familiar with. You've beaten 2 out of 3 times. Here he is fighting for the lightweight title. When you saw that, what did you think? What was your initial reaction to that?
My initial reaction to seeing Josh Thompson get the title fight was, I was kind of surprised, but when I saw that, I'm happy for Thompson, you know what I mean? I'm happy for him, go get it. If he wins, good for me, and it also shows how much closer I am to maybe getting my rematch, just thinking about myself. But, it's in Sacramento, and I think there's a possibility. I don't think he's the favorite, but I think there's a possibility he can win.
There had to have been a little bit of hate, a little bit of jealousy. Come on.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm human. I'm like, come on. But I had my shot. I had my shot. Though I did want a piece of Pettis, and maybe if I didn't have something scheduled with Diego, I'd try to campaign for that a little bit. But I had something scheduled, and people are trying to make me look ahead a little bit. And I got a tough task in front of me.
I'm going to do the same thing. That's my job.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Nah, that's all right.
If you get past Diego Sanchez, do you believe you deserve a title shot?
I think if I do it in impressive fashion, he can come in ready, and even I can win a close one, and it can still be impressive. And I think if I'm impressive in this fight, I think I definitely will deserve a title fight.
If not the title shot, is there somebody else at 155 that you think would be a very enticing matchup for you?
I know this up-and-comer by the name of Khabib. I think people would like to see that matchup. He's not the biggest name, so business-wise, it's probably not the best move. But just
you're intrigued by it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by it. He's a challenging. It'd be a great challenge, and I think everyone's hyped up on him. And it was, if he would have. Him and Pat Healy were 2 guys, that were on the winning streak, and they fought each other, and he won. So he's a guy up there. The T.J. Grant as well. He's still on the shelf. I don't know what's going on with him, but he'd be an interesting fight as well. And those guys are on the winning track. So
I got to be 100% honest with you. I'm shocked by those names because, as you mentioned, not the best business decision, but you as a fighter, you just want to tackle those challenges. I mean, those are 2 guys, honestly, Gil. Nobody at 155 wants to fight those guys because A, they're tough, and B, as you mentioned, they're not a big name.
Yeah, exactly. I came out and said it right here. It's tough to say sometimes. You want to make the right business decisions, but I'm a fighter, and I want to challenge myself, and I think those will motivate me and to try to perform as well, and maybe I can get them while they're young as well.
There you go. Hey, give me a dream match. Any lightweight fighter in UFC or MMA history, guy that you haven't fought before. Give me a dream match. Gilbert Melendez versus who?
Yeah, Gilbert Melendez versus the old school Bushido champ Takinori Gomi, and maybe a square cage or something just to kind of mix it up. He's the old Pride champ, and I think at his prime he really brought when UFC didn't have the 155-pound division, they had top maybe 9 out of the top 10 guys were in the Pride, and he was the man at the time. So Takinori Gomi is probably one of my favorite fighters of all time in my lightweight division.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because he's a contemporary of yours.
Yeah, he's here. He's he's still relevant now. He's doing good. He actually just lost to Diego, so I was maybe that close to fighting him. But in his prime, in his time, he was the Fireball Kid, and he was the double champ, and he was knocking guys out. He beat Gents Pulver, who was the champ at the time, and I really liked his style. I really liked his style.
Oh, he's slinging heaters all over the place. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.